everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Well, in helping them to a win last week, this fella did more than just defend the pass. He got his nose dirty with some big hits and tackles, too. Let's see if he stays just as aggressive in this one. It's the Steelers going up against the Bears.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And it's second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Glennon. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Glennon. And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's Pat O'Donnell to punt in his 4th year from Miami. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Looking to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. The receiving totals for Meredith in last week's effort. 5 catches, 78 yards.
And that touchdown was his first of the year, and you know he's eager to get more of those.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's... The fake to Howard. Now Glennon. And this is complete to Zach Miller. Touchdown, Chicago! Zach Miller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch.
A reminder coming up in the Sunday night game, matchup you don't see very often, a rematch of Super Bowl 18. The Raiders traveling to Washington, and then tomorrow on Monday night we'll see the Cowboys heading to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Former NFC East.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. James Harrison coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game. And they reacted poorly on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wright's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Tyson Alualu in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, and we will skip the highlights. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now Glennon off the play fake to Howard. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit. They go with Howard to begin the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch right, we got right. All right, here we go. Go, Landon!
They go with Howard again. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The Bears on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. 3-19.
Glennon gives to Howard on the draw. 8 yards there and a first down.
Another nice run there by Jordan Howard. And when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the #2 rookie rusher. Heck, the #2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
In the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries. So once week 4 hit, really found his groove. They'll look to throw. Completion left side to Miller. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. First down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Caught. It's Cruz left side. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 30, 10, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
On first down, they run with Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Stadium in Carolina, and it was the Panthers that wound up winning that one. Cam Newton, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.